off-road mission control. Notifying Central MCP. We've lost contact.
Mr. Twister, get ya every single time, and I rhyme like I know, so I flow with the gifted tongue and the cryptic brung new phrases into the mazes. Play this 2 times a day with a day, yo, yo, and the daylight come. I plumb forgot what a whack rhyme was because I buzz like a bee in the ears of my peers, so they know, and I know, we all know that, yo, daylight come, man, me wanna go home. Cool, no tool, no Smith and Wesson, dressing opposite so I can pop a bit of shit on the mic when I get on the mic. Ping, 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 I ricochet a bit on the mic, and I like it, just like the girl on 112. DEO-CRUSH, anyone who makes advances when I'm incognito. Vito is the answer when I pass up on your skull like a Frito, finito. But I ain't finished till I let the flip side ride till the rhythm is diminished.
I would if I could, but I ain't cause I can't. Time for me to lay down the law, who's wrong? You saw the views from the shoes of the rider. Stronger than a Cisco, and you're like a cider. Watery, try to win a lottery before you try to slide on me. Because I'm not the G to be stepped to. Kept you on your toes as my rep group. I let through negative foes. So you better get flows to counteract what we've done. Receive one good, cause I'm armed like a sleeve son. Cleaved up and step back as I wreck shop. Collect respect, props, and deck the next pop artist. The hardest is the one who don't pass out. If Tyson's last never a phone, I knock his ass out. The bigger the better, the bigger it is. Whenever you figure this, nigga is getting hit. You really don't deal with false, but ill cause is answer to the boss. And that's when you're lost. Keep on losing, I'm using many tactics. I yearn to earn what ring to St. Patrick. And I make backs if you get caught frontin'. Never on a Newport, but I puff a blunt.
I needs no sugar crisp to get swift. So what with 2 syllables exemplifies a gift? Tajay, I shoot those who try to feel my ladders. Ladders release up on your porch if you don't cease. I respond with beat to a distraction when I see one fatter than rerun. So what's happening? It's not where you're from, it's just how you come. Correct, respect the roughneck, cause none get fucked and tucked into the bench like 90-90. Tucked to the membrane, none left cause I'm a righty. Fight these, you'll catch volleys for your follies and mistakes. I stick fakes with shakes, so no thanks for action. Your attempts to rap an ineffection. Will I get in butt styles like a hard up homosexual? Not for sex when you're at the intersection of damage. Sandwich knuckles are what you like for. Bad ones, catch 1 or 2, rather a few. A swoop for soft ass phonies, push your cronies. Try me, you'll catch my vans in your hiney. That's if my back grip slips, though I doubt it. Pout if you want to, covertly define me, but I seize more than them candies. Nothing gets by me, so play the tracks, and you'll go out like Betamax next to Tajay, cause I kicks the greatest.
Skibby, boom, bop your head to this. Mischievous, so suicidal, idle chatter never slips off the lips of this writer. Might I be the greater innovator of the rhyme scheme? My style is the visine to get your eyes opening. This Raggedy Andy gets dandy like a lion in the meadow, while the teapot spraws steam like a kettle. You hip through the hop, I kick, I trip the life fantastic. Getting into the groove, better than a phonographic. The vandal with the vocals, making the locals go insane. The regal rhymer speaks sustenance for the brain. Get frisky with the phrases as you praise us like divinity. The one of liberated soul control for infinity. Got style by the square mile. Cat's got a vice child. Hieroglyphics will uplift the rhythms for the meanwhile. Articulate my lingo as I mingle in my medium of speech. And peace to prop prophets as I ponder and teach. A smidgen of religion to the fraudulent. Listen, pay attention, I'm the master of this convention. Kick the wicked and wily styley while you're stuttering just like Smiley. Skipping shingles of your shattered dreams. Too bad it seems to try me. The wise and wordy wizard pays a visit to your subconscious. Question wonderland, extinguish all the nonsense. Optimistic, stylistic, mystic methods. I'm swift like Mercury. Mercy me, I surely shoot the gift.
People call me soup just because I'm living fat. People call me nasty, it's because I eat the cat. And I swing a bat to level heads, leaving devils dead. Never said never, cause a clever head's better. Dreads lot on the top of my crop, never flaky. If this was a field, then Bo Jackson couldn't shake me. Bake me, Betty Crocker's oven isn't hot enough. If you wanna spread the skins, then I got a lot of stuff. Not a bluff, got a tough guy, I'm thinking twice. Why step? There's a fly rep, I kept my step ladder. I had a fatter split I was hitting on. Now it's just a smidgen like a pigeon I be shitting on. Sitting on a futon, slipping lots of boots on. I'm the type of brother that you have to get your troops on. Oops, I'm sorry, cause I didn't mean to diss you. I could hook a hoe and make a blow like I was tissue. Mary had a little lamb, Adam got a lot of dough. Need help with your garden, Skyline got a lot of hoes. Yo, I didn't mean hoes, yo, I'm in women. If she got the pool, I got the trunks, let's go swimming. Dip, dip, dive, cause I'm live, lava, then 5 or 10 of the men on my job. You don't stop, here a pimp, there a pimp, everywhere a pimp, pimp. This A plus grades the quiz, so there it is.
Welcome back to another month of industry news. Let's see what's up. It's been leaked a while ago, but Cyber's mouse with pulsar is finally out, called the Chosen, featuring both a mini and a medium. The shape is very similar to its previous mate, the Ultra AX. The specs are what we've known: 59 grams, their so-called custom XS1 sensor, 8K wireless, web drivers, and an interesting choice to go back to Huano blue shell pink dots. It seems like Cyber isn't a fan of the current opticals. Equally interesting is the option to open up the mouse with the included screwdriver and put in a 5.8 gram weight bar to make the mouse heavier. Haven't seen one of those in years. The mouse is available at $130, and he did just win the major using the mouse. Simple is still the GOAT though. In addition, this is the second collaboration mouse they have dropped in the past couple of months, the other one being with Tense. It's likely that they will keep going with other pros. Our guess is that they will work with a Korean hit scan from Overwatch next. And speaking of pulsar, the X2F is also announced for pre-order, their fingertip shape based on the X2 chopped in half. Despite using a supposed ABS non-composite material, the mouse sits at a strangely hefty 38 grams. While this is of course still very light, this is somehow heavier than the X2 Crazy Light, a full-size mouse sitting at 35 grams. The rest you already know: XS1 sensor, 8K wireless, web drivers, and also blue shell pink dots. Perhaps pulsar is done with optical switches and is going back to the proven tech. Despite being half a mouse, the limited demand for fingertip shapes means that there will be only 5,000 copies, each at $150. There will also be another 2,020 copies for the 5th anniversary edition, featuring the Gulf racing colors. Since we will send out to various reviewers for feedback, here's some statistics. For 100 Korean testers, 98 of them gave feedback. For 10 Japanese testers, all 10 gave feedback. For 390 global testers, only 162 gave feedback. We don't expect much out of people who call themselves reviewers around here, especially in the West, but this is still a pretty shocking and sad statistic. Ninjaso keeps teasing their upcoming mouse called the 10 and 10 Air, dropping bits of info left and right. So let's do a recap. Shape looks a little bit like the GPX, despite their best claims promising to be a new shape. 53 grams for the 10 and 45 grams for the 10 Air. We assume the difference to be just based on battery sizes. Their own switches, called the HyperClick. Looking closely, you can see that it's actually a mechanical switch with the 3 pins. This marks another brand going back to mechanicals, along with their own button tensioning system to reduce speed travel. What that actually means is that the actual shell of the mouse touches the contactor on the switch at all times, so there's theoretically no travel. A cool concept, but it's not new. Something similar was seen years ago on the Logitech G302. Their own sensor, called the Aim Ninja. Terrible name aside, this is just another rebranded 3950, but they do claim it has less power draw. They also have their own skates using different materials, and supposedly does not attract hair or dirt. Lots of talk, but we'll see when the mouse comes out, and for some it already has. Trusted leaker Hitoshi already has his hands on it. Now into the quickfire round. Endgame Gear updates the OP1AK and the OP1W 4K to use the newly announced custom 3950 U+1F95A, along with a 1 gram reduction for the OP1AK. The OP1AK V2 is available at $90, while the OP1W 4K V2 is available at $120. A couple of brands like Endgame Gear, WL Mouse, and others announced various firmware updates to their lineup so that the sensor can run at a supposed 20k FPS. What does that mean? It means that the sensor itself is capturing the surface at 20k frames per second. The polling rate is independent of this value, so theoretically the sensor can feed slightly newer images for each individual poll. Does this translate into anything that you can notice? No. Incot announces gasket-mounted switches on the G23 V2, which is exactly what you think it is. Here's a wonderful video showing how that works, from a fellow reviewer, Hate, who you should definitely follow. The rest of the mouse is nothing to write home about. It's a Superlight clone. 51 grams, $39.50, $53. Downward Shock, in the typical fashion, posts a picture of a mouse, this time a M5 Air with a caption claiming a weight of 29 grams. For reference, the existing M5 comes in at 38 grams. Then a brand called Flick releasing the Fire, $33.95, Pixar MCU instead of the regular offerings from Nordic, and if you think this looks like an OEM mouse, you would be correct, because it is. They do claim that they changed the mode to improve the build quality. Whether or not you believe that is up to you. Now into mouse pads. Artisan of all brands are also getting into enemy pads with the Zero Yaku Edition, a collab with Hong Kong retailer 2000 Fun. Only available in XL Soft and XXL Soft, you may expect the same performance, but according to Artisan, it is both smoother and faster. GlassPass Lock continues. we first got a collab between UKAIM and veteran player Demon 1. The maid Yuri from Dysphoria. Bit of a crazy brand name, especially during Pride Month. Yet another limited release with an enemy girl from Warhack. Remember when we saw that Glassworks was the boring hype merchants and Warhack was gonna keep innovating? Now in the keyboards. Try not to laugh, but the centerpiece from Fathermouth is, you guessed it, delayed. Bunch of new switches coming from Gateron, nothing major, just varying switch travel and weight, with the Apollo coming in at 35 grams with a total travel of 3.1mm, and the Jade Air at 36 grams and 3.5mm, and the Spark, 33 grams, 3.2mm. What is actually interesting is the Spark has a TMR variant. It seems that Gateron wants to keep their dominant position on the market. Our latest stat. Did you know that Cherry's stock price went from €40 to less than 1 from 2021 to now? Polestar with the PC MK3 HD60. Same board, a few new features like DKS, joystick mode and so on. But it's very much just like the last one, in the same mediocre open case. And they're asking $160 for it. Not sure why people will want this, considering that there are much better options below this price. When are they going to make an actual premium board? Now into miscellaneous news. A brand called SDC is claiming to have a 720Hz OLED at 1440p, but it also claims to use DisplayPort 1.4, which does not support this resolution and refresh rate, even with DSC. Since it also says 540Hz to 720Hz, we're gonna wager that there's some resolution shenanigans going on. We got some Counter-Strike themed peripherals from SteelSeries and Razer. SteelSeries offered up the Rival 3, and of course, as with Counter-Strike players, a QCK. Razer was a little bit more involved, with a mousepad, a Huntsman TKL, and a Viper V3. For some reason, they deleted the announcement video. And if you're still hungry for more peripheral related things, here's a literal ROG burger that they are selling in KFCs in China. And that's all the news for June 2025. Welcome back to the record books. Very quiet one this time around, but that doesn't mean we don't have great scores. After a little back and forth with Maddie about the scene, Faniac gets a 43 OV on PGT Advanced, taking a lead by over 100 points. As for the benches, that's pretty much it. Outside of benches, we first have a 5163 on VT Pass Surface Coast by Hisku, taking Maddie's top spot by just a little over 25 points. Then a 8200 on Skeet Clicking from Maddie, with only 3 scores past 7000 and hitting an impressive 100% act on the run. This is only more proof that he's the greatest dynamic player. A 11610 on Leaf Trace Fantasy by Killuminati, leading by over 300 points. Lastly, here's a score from T-John. While many of you know him for helping out with aimmag, did you know that he's also a top smoothness player? He's a 9930 on Smoothbot Raspberry V2, almost breaking into the 5 digits. And that's all our workers for June 2025. Links to all files are in the description. Check them out.